Hey there, morning everybody. Morning. So, I have been sitting here trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to talk about. And the only thing that God is providing me this morning is the song from Moana called the Shiny Song that the crab sings down at the bottom of the ocean. And I keep hearing that damn crab singing about his shiny shell and all the jewels on it and all of this and that. And and my voice is kind of breaking up too this morning. But that's just what keeps coming through is that song. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, what the heck is this message? What am I supposed to... I know I listened to some Moana songs yesterday with the kids in the car, but come on. You gotta give me something more than just Moana songs, right? So here I am. I got this Moana song in my head, and it's just that shiny, and I'm sitting here, I have no idea what this message is. And then I realized that I'm out here in my little lacy bra top, and I'm going, okay, well, I guess we're just doing this like this, right? So we're just going in our little intimate garments is what we're going to do conscious coffee in this morning. So I did put on a sweatshirt, but it's too hot out here for a sweatshirt. And I started having like a little bit of shame around sitting here in basically a bra, drinking my coffee, doing conscious coffee. And I realized, oh, well, one needs to be shameless. Shameless. Okay. So shameless, shiny. And then I have it revealed. And also I feel like I'm a little bit more revealed this morning. So I have this whole thing of, like my voice is cracking. I'm sitting here in this little gizmo, right? And so I feel revealed. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's the topic of the day because that's just the way my morning is. I've got this silly song in my head and I'm sitting here in a lacy undergarment and a sweatshirt and I'm trying to figure out my conscious coffee. So that's what we're going with. We're going to see what comes out of this whole thing that God has lined up, which is all on revealed, shameless, and shiny. And the shiny part really is more about newness, isn't it? The things that we accumulate that are new, the experiences, the way we look at the world, maybe the things that we are attracted to. We get attracted to shiny things. And we do not get attracted to the mosquitoes that are trying to hit me. So hold on just a second. Let me light a candle. Okay, so I'm going to light a citronella candle because there's mosquitoes out here. And I don't need to leave conscious coffee with like 1,000,001 mosquito bites. So I'm going to light a candle. Maybe that's what it should be called, right? How we light candles for ourselves. I don't know. Maybe I'll put this up underneath my leg here. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. So, revealed, shameless, and shiny is the topic of today. And the whole thing that I want to focus in on, and I see, hey, good morning, Addison. Morning, Steve. Morning, Crystal. Thank you. Well, maybe that's where the shiny's coming in, right? The shiny is the aura, not the song. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for that note, though, Crystal. So as we look at different things and what has kind of like coming through for me as I was sitting here and drinking some coffee and trying to figure out the message of shiny. The candle's not working yet. The bugs are still coming after me. It's because I'm so sweet. No, not really. It's just because I'm showing too much flesh today. Is that in the world when we are trying to have, hey, good morning, Corey, when we are trying to start a new life, when we are looking for change, when we are transforming, when we are going through this whole transformation process, what are the things that we really, really need to focus in on? Like how do we truly become us? Friday, I believe it was, I wrote an article, and the gist of the article was on becoming yourself. Just know yourself, know thyself, right? We hear these things in our spiritual scriptures about knowing thyself, understanding thyself, loving God, being in alignment, all this different stuff. What do these things mean? How do we actually do them, right? And part of knowing yourself is to really, truly be willing to reveal yourself. And I got stuff on my face too. Oh, man, this morning, it's interesting. Is to really, truly be willing to reveal yourself. So you reveal yourself, and what does reveal yourself really mean? Does it mean like sitting here in a little bra? No. This is a physical reveal of my shoulder, physical reveal of my chest, right? I'm wearing little short shorts, so my legs are revealed. That's physical revealing, but that does not necessarily mean that I am revealed. I'm still not revealing myself, even to myself. I'm not revealing myself to you. It's just not like completely just out there. Here I am, here's who I am, all this different stuff. But in order for us to truly have the things that we want, to be able to know what we want, and that's what it ultimately comes down to, because I hear this over and over again, I don't know what I want. Well, until you know what the fuck you want, guess what? You're not going to get anything. You're just not going to get anywhere. You're going to get lots of opportunity thrown at you. You're going to get lots of different things thrown at you. You might get a lot of doors shut in your face. But unless you absolutely know what you want, then you're not going to get anything really supportive to the life that you want to have. So if you have a concept as to the life that you want to have, well then, you better get familiar with who you are and what you want. Reveal that to yourself. And in order to totally reveal yourself and to totally just really tap into who you are and with the things that you want, you have to get a little shameless. A little bit of the shameless button has to be pushed here, because we live in this world where we are shamed for our desires. We are shamed for wanting things. We are shamed for trying to go get things. We are shamed for the thoughts we think, the actions we take, how we dress, what we say, who we're with, how much we like this, how much we don't like that. It's shame. And it comes up as guilt also, where we will feel guilty about saying yes to something, but we also have the shame around asking for something. And if we're feeling shame for having a desire, shame for wanting certain things, then what makes you think that God's going to give you anything that you're feeling shameful for? God's not going to give you anything that you are actually feeling shame around. He may present opportunities for you to work through the shame, but you're not ultimately going to get this stuff that you're really, really feeling shame around. So look at those things where you can actually tap in and let go of the shame. Stop feeling like, oh my goodness, I need to okay, so I'm going to do conscious coffee, and here's how I'm going to do conscious coffee, okay? Imagine if I greeted you guys every morning like this. Imagine if I did this. Imagine if I was like this. I was just totally like, okay, so we're going to do conscious coffee, but I'm not really going to show myself at all. I'm going to just kind of hide here. Or, God, it's too hot out here for that shit. Or I went and I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I took a shower and I prettified my hair and I put on a bunch of makeup and I put on the perfect outfit so that I was all color coordinated, and I made sure that this was done and that was done and all this other stuff, and I scripted out the conscious coffee perfectly so that I could basically just sit here and read a script to you. And so everything was perfect. I was presenting this perfect image, this perfect person to you. And then I started teaching principles around being conscious and being authentic and doing this and all this different stuff, and just like, and let's just talk about this, right? Like being fully revealed and being authentic and being in integrity and just be who you are, know who you are. But I took an hour prior to Conscious Coffee to make sure that I was presenting just such and such an image so that I would not fully be revealed, so that I would not have to deal with my own shame issues. I would not have to deal with my own issues around, oh my goodness, Kendall, look, your cheeks are a little bit too red from yesterday from swimming. You are, like you're doing this, you're doing that. Like I can pick myself apart in 2 seconds and find 1,000,001 reasons as to why I should not be sitting here, not even brushing my teeth. Like literally, I went pee, made coffee, and walked out the door. That's how much, and grabbed a sweatshirt because I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't just sit there in my little halter top. And now I'm kind of dreading the idea of the sweatshirt because it's kind of muggy, nasty out here. But imagine if I did that. That is exactly how we live our lives, though. We live our lives in this pretend fashion of only revealing little aspects of ourselves, never fully letting ourselves out. So it appears that in one aspect we're always like, we come to people like this, we show up like this, we show up like that, and then all of a sudden somebody gets a little bit closer to us, or something happens, or we can't get stuff happening. We just can't get things moving, and we wonder, why can't we get more momentum? Why can't we access some of the things that we really want to access spiritually, energetically? Maybe we really want to manifest some good shit and it's just not coming in. One reason that could happen, and there are a lot of reasons, because we have a lot of patterns, a lot of programs wrapped up around our scarcity mentality that prevents us from manifesting stuff. But one of the big reasons is that we just don't know ourselves, and we're scared to reveal ourselves. We're scared, number one, to reveal ourselves shamelessly to ourselves. We're scared to see ourselves. We are scared to meet ourselves. And as long as you're scared to meet yourself, as long as you're scared to reveal yourself to you, and you're always trying to mimic somebody else, you're always trying to look for ways to do this or to do that, because you go, oh, that person's doing this and that's working for them, so I'm going to just copycat them. Now, you can copycat to a degree, but when it comes down to actually just being yourself and letting your light shine, ultimately, the only way you're going to get what you want in this world, and when you're creating, and if you are a believer in conscious manifestation and the law of attraction, A Course in Miracles, what John in the Bible and Proverbs speaks about, and that is really truly creation work. When we get into that kind of stuff, then that really means that we have to reveal ourselves to us. We have to be authentic. We have to be who we are and stop trying to copycat other people in the essence of our true desires, likes, the way we do things, all that kind of stuff. Do what you do. Don't copy what somebody else is doing in that. There are things that you can copy, but if you get into it, like, I have a mentor that I follow her system on a lot of different things, but her system is designed to basically support you being you. So you do certain things, but it's all about you being you. Just be you, be you, be you, be you, be you. And guess what? The more I have learned to be myself, the more I have learned to take shame off and just reveal myself authentically in the moment, like what Conscious Coffee does, the more success in the real world, physical world, that this world that we are living and breathing in, right, that I actually have. And things just kind of flow in without me even overly trying for them. It just kind of happens, and it's all about revealing of self and shamelessly doing that. And yay, I think that my candle between my legs is working, because the bugs are starting to go away, except for the one that was just eating my leg. So, really truly revealing yourself to yourself first, which means also that you're getting in alignment with God. Okay, so the more you're getting in alignment with God, the better off. And then that is getting in alignment with self, acting from here, revealing it, and being shameless about it. So that basically means, how do you be shameless? Work through your fucking shame. That's basically it. Go out there and actually like push yourself into those spots where you typically feel shame. Don't retract and run from your shame. Instead, lean into it and start breathing into that space. Realize that, I was going to say, I broke a sentence right there in half. The sentence was, let your ego feel it, because your soul will expand from it. And that's truly what you have to do, is you have to lean into the ego and not lean into it like let the ego roll, but let your ego feel the shame. Let your ego feel the discomfort. Because if you are revealing yourself, what's going to happen is you're going to have all this feeling of I shouldn't do this. The shoulds are going to come get you, okay? So it's going to be, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, blah, 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 blah. All this different stuff. And you're going to go, I can't do that. I can't do this. And you're going to want to shut down. You want to retract, and you're just going to want to shut down, and you're not going to want to push. And that is the ego going, no, 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 no. Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes. Don't do this. Don't do this. Think it through. This is what's happening. That's what's happening. Think it through. Well, think it through for a half a second and then lean into it. If it's something that you really want, if it's something that you know is going to push you to expand, I'm not talking about doing stupid shit here. I'm talking about expansion of soul, expansion of becoming who you are, tapping into knowing who you are, and leaning into those things, into that aspects of yourself, those aspects of yourself is going to make your ego just kind of flare up and try to stop you. So as you push through that and you just go, okay, ego, I hear you. I hear all that fear. I hear all the scarcity. I hear all the anger. I hear all the doubt. I hear all that. I'm still going to lean in here. I'm going to access myself just a little bit more. I'm going to feel into myself just a little bit more. I'm going to let myself experience this where typically I would not have done this because of ABC. Okay? As you do that, your ego is going to then make you feel shame around doing it or guilt around doing it. It's going to cause you to feel these things. And what you have to do in that moment is become conscious enough to actually tap into here, okay? We're tapping into here, tap into there. And what we do is we tap in and we go, is that true? Do I really truly feel bad about this? Or is that some program that I have allowed myself to believe that's not even mine? And what you're going to find out with the majority of stuff is that it is fear or some program that is actually not even yours. It's been literally given to you and you've accepted it, received it, and gone, okay, this is now mine. This is mine right here. I'm going to hold on to it. And then when you run up against it, you just run with that program. But when you actually see that it is not yours, that you have just basically purchased it from somebody else and you're holding on to it as though it is yours, then you can separate it. And now you can go, okay, this is my ego. And here's where my spirit is. So what is going to actually guide me to my truth? What is actually going to guide me to the perfect scenario? What actually is the thing that we want to grow, we want to expand on, we want to tap into? Where is my alignment come from? Does my alignment come from my ego, or does my alignment come from my spirit? And if your alignment comes from your ego, so you think, well then, number one, you're just simply wrong. And you need to really lean into this over here. Alignment comes from spirit. Alignment comes from spirit. Alignment comes from spirit because spirit is our direct connection, our direct alignment to our creator, to God, to the divine, okay? So when we're tapping into divine, when we're tapping into God, and we want to know exactly what to do next, what is our next best move? How do you always manage to get your next best move? by tapping in here and not listening to that path of that ego, because the ego is going to be all blah, 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 try to scare us away. It's going to just try to shame the shit out of us and make it where we don't stay in alignment. So we're going to do a lot of wobbling if we are listening to the ego. Where if we are listening to our soul, we may have shame come up, we may have guilt come up, we may have these different, like, and if we just pause and go, that's the ego, that's not mine, that's not mine. Keep it like it is a separate entity almost from yourself. Okay? So this is kind of like, think of it like every now and then you get possessed by your ego. Okay? Every now and then you get possessed by your ego, it takes over, it does all this crazy shit, and you go, whew, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I don't know what that was, but that wasn't me. Okay, so if you realize that that quite literally is kind of what's going on, that you're leaning into the ego there, and what you have to do is you have to come back to your alignment. So this comes back to revealing yourself to yourself, getting into alignment with God. Reveal, alignment, take away the shame. The next thing is what? According to this conscious coffee, the next thing would be shiny, right? So Crystal says I have a shiny aura today, which is awesome. How do you get a shiny aura? Probably, here's the truth of the matter. I give myself a half a second to think about it and then just see what comes out. My gut in this moment is saying that shiny auras are is all about that revealing. It's all about that tapping in. It's all about doing some things that are uncomfortable and allowing the newness of the new energy, the new experiences, the things that you call in, because what is shiny? Shiny is something that attracts us. Okay, so we are attracted to shiny new objects. Literally, we are. And every woman should understand this. We love jewelry, right? We love jewelry, we love shoes, we love purses, we love this, we love that. Anything that's shiny. Well, shiny is not just about that kind of stuff. Shiny is truly just something that attracts us. It catches our attention. It makes us go, woo, what was that? Like, oh, it could be a person, it could be a location, it could be, a book, it can be a message, it can be something, but it is something that is shiny that attracts us and draws us toward it. And the reason why it's drawing us toward it is because there's some sort of energetic connection to it. And there is this turn on that if you really are in alignment and you really truly know yourself, then you're going to notice that certain things are going to highly turn you on, attract you. And some things are going to kind of turn you on, but you're kind of meh to it. You're like, you take it or leave it. It's not that great big of a deal, And then other things you're going to be a fuck no to. And those things are just going to be like, oh, no. And they might even be shiny looking things or appear like they should be shiny things. Like, let's say, let me see. Well, shoot, I was going to say I was trying to pick some destination that I wouldn't want to go to, and I can't really come up with one. I guess I could say, no, I'd want to go there too. Yeah, well, something that's not high on my list of places to go would be like the South Pole. I'm not really big on, or maybe let's take Antarctica or something, okay? So that sounds really cold, and I got to bundle up, and there's a lot of heavy gear and all this different stuff. I was thinking of Northern Lights. I was going like, what about the North Pole? And I went, oh, what about Northern Lights? I want to go see the Northern Lights. But so you see, Northern Lights are a turn on to me. I'm like, ooh, I want to go do that. I want to go see the Northern Lights. I want to go and see the bioluminescence that there's actually up in those areas, because that's like a really cool thing too. There's a little area that gets this bioluminescence, and then there's Northern Lights there, and that all sounds really exciting, and I'm a yes to it. But then if I just think about like Antarctica, I go, yeah, I want to go traveling, but I don't really want to go there because there's so much cold, and I'm kind of like a fuck no to that right now. No, I don't want to go to Antarctica. I'm a fuck no to Antarctica today. But if you talk, let's go to Belize, let's go to Costa Rica, let's go, let's go over here, let's go there, someplace like that where I can go and I can get out in nature and I can really tap in and I can sit basically in nothing, or just go like do some nude yoga or something, then I'd be like, yes, I'm a yes to that, because right now, what am I needing? I'm needing that earthiness. I'm needing that grounding. I need that, just the outside, all this different stuff that is around there, and maybe just go soak up some salt water and just, that sounds good. So having that would be a turn on for me. And I'm taking travel because I love travel, right? But looking at that from any perspective, it could be a person, it can be changing your jobs. Let's say you have 3 different opportunities job-wise that pop up to you, or within your career, maybe there's different things going on, and you need to decide what you want to do. One of them is like, kind of scares you a little bit, but is a lot of turn on. You're like, that's a great opportunity. That sounds really, really cool. Another one, you're like, well, this would be the smart decision, and there's a lot going on here. It's like, it's good, but I'm just like, I don't know. I could take it or leave it, but it would probably be the logical, best way to go. That it makes a lot of sense. And then you have this other one that's like, okay, yeah, this would pay me a lot of money, but oh God, I just don't want to do it because that's just, the team over there is not good. I don't like my big boss over there. I'd have to relocate, and I don't want to relocate. And I'm only getting, maybe an additional $10,000 a year for this, and it's not even worth it financially. I'm just like, no, completely wrong for me, not feeling it at all. What do you choose? Well, obviously, you're not going to choose that one right there, right? Although some people would, because they don't feel worthy of the other 2 options. So this is where getting to know yourself, allowing yourself to be revealed, and the shameless part is also about claiming your worth and realizing that if you're only going to claim the things that you feel worthy to, because typically we feel about this worthy of things, and we have to feel this worthy of things, okay, and much more. But you have to look at that and go, okay, I could do that. Like, that's where I'm at. No, you're more. And you go, okay, well, what about the middle ground? The middle ground, maybe I could just kind of like work in there. And that one it doesn't push me too much. It's smart, it's logical, it doesn't push me too much. And I can totally see that I'm qualified for it, and blah, 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 blah. Or you can look at the one that really excites you and turns you on and makes you go, man, that is everything that I've been wanting. But it would push me. It would push me. And I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I have the qualifications for it. I don't know if I should go for it. Well, if there's what you want, and you take into account that you're getting into a line with yourself, you're being shameless, and you're asking for what you want, and you're going after what turns you on the most, then there's only one path to take. There's only one path to take, and it sure the hell isn't the 2 that's like logical and seems like, oh, that's the smart choice, or the one that makes you go, ugh. No, you go the path that turns you on. Oh, and my cough is coming up again. You go the path that turns you on, even if you're scared of it, because leaning into that fear and accepting the challenge means that you're going to grow, means that you're going to transform, means that that's where your opportunity is. That's where the blessing is. That's where you're going to ultimately get exactly what you want. So, there you have it. There you have revealed, shameless, shiny. Reveal yourself to yourself. Get in alignment with God by revealing yourself. Be authentic. Stop copycatting people. Tell myself to stop coughing here. Shamelessly ask for what you want. Tap into what you want and go for it. And really, with that, look at what turns you on. Lean towards that. And stop accepting less for yourself. Stop accepting less. So, there are the key points for this morning for manifesting a fuck yes life. I hope that they were helpful. I gotta go find a cough drop. That's what I'm gonna go do. Check out the free training that has been posted here that's pinned on this. I actually think it's the candle. It's like smoke coming up. Okay, I'm gonna go get a cough drop. I love you guys. Check out the course. As always, stop existing, start living. I'm going to go stop coughing. Okay, catch you tomorrow.